Listen, we didn't have to even read it to know it. But how stupid of a company do you have to be to let people do that with your internal information? And this is my other gripe. Y'all want people to have 10 years of experience when most of the stuff is just common sense. But
Yeah,
I digress. Right. I have not read this article, by the way. I just kind of summed it up from what I saw on Twitter. It says Samsung worker makes a major error using ChatGPT. Let's see. Oh, Samsung meeting notes a new source code are now in the wild after being leaked in ChatGPT. Now we can actually just pause it right here and kind of think about what happened. I'm gonna say something simple as, "Hey, help me with this code," and put the actual code in ChatGPT. And
sanitize it first.
Right. And let's see if they're actually working on, on a network or what. So Samsung workers have unwittingly leaked top secret data whilst using ChatGPT to help them with tasks. The company allowed engineers at its semiconductor arm to use the AI writer to help fix problems. Listen, we didn't have to even read it to know it. But how stupid of a company do you have to be to let people do that with your internal information? And this is my other gripe. Y'all want people to have 10 years of experience when most of the stuff is just common sense. But
yeah,
I digress.
Yeah, this was a bad call, man.
But in doing so, the workers inputted confidential data such as the source code itself for a new program, internal meeting notes, data relating to their hardware. The upshot is that in just under a month, there were 3 recorded incidences of employees leaking system information via ChatGPT. Since ChatGPT retains user input data to further train itself, these trade secrets from Samsung are now effectively in the hands of OpenAI, the company behind the AI service. And if you don't think it's people that work at OpenAI that all type of malicious actors have gotten a hold to and trying to give people money behind the scenes, say, hey, what can you have information like people work for certain companies can get us this information? Please believe some type of way is happening.
Oh yeah, they trying to buy them because out. And not only that, OpenAI is one of the biggest targets right now.
Yes. And I'm listen, this is why I think like Google I think it's gonna be called Bard. I'm on the waiting list to use Bard.
Yeah, it's Bard.
Bard is not worried about this because they knew these fools scaled too fast and they weren't ready. Google has already been using algorithms and some sort of AI machine learning in just Google's search engine. Yep. Like most of the times before you even finish like 2 words, Google kind of knows what you may be asking. So Bard is also able to, I think Dave Spring was using it. Bard knows how to talk in slang. So Google is not worried about Bard. They will not make this mistake. And companies will not make the same mistake as well. Like if I'm not mistaken, I seen Europe is not letting people use ChatGPT or something, because they're strict on their privacy laws. Like, why we have to be the wild, wild west? Jobs.
Man, you gotta, but even then though, I think you could use it, but sanitize your shit, bro. No, like think about it. When you post it in forums, when you post it in user groups, when you post it in Discords, when you doing all of that, we sanitize our code, right? Like if I'm using a variable or whatever, any type of data that's proprietary, I'm gonna wipe that out because you can use variables and replace them with anything you want, right? Mm-hmm. You can use variables and replace them with anything you want. Like if you're building out some function or whatever, just replace the variable as long as the actual programming or programmatic part of your code returns what you need it to return. Right, so you say, "Hey, here's variable A," and then you say, do whatever the code needs to do, the actual heavy lifting of the code, and then you just return variable A, and then replace variable A with whatever you want. Again, you're not a programmer, not a developer.
Right. No, you're right. No, you're right. But like I said, it takes what? Common sense, and we all know common sense not too common.
Not too common.
All right, let's see. In response, Samsung Semiconductor is now developing its own in-house AI for internal use by employees, but they can only use prompts that are limited to 1024 bytes in size. I'm trying to see what they said the stuff went out in the wild, or was it just a salacious headline to say? Like,
well, yeah, no, I think it's just in OpenAI has it. But if OpenAI has it, you can ask them for it.
You know what? That's what it does to compile stuff. So, that would be fun.
It's a language model. It's a learning model, right?
If we know what
you
is
could get that
Samsung
code.
meeting, hey, can you give me Samsung meeting code to see what happens? That'd be crazy. That's what I'm saying. Remember a while back we were talking about like all these different use cases with ChatGPT, like saying, hey, can you give me some of my old MySpace pictures and stuff like that? I tried it. It didn't work because it couldn't find it. But
right now their data set they're using stops at like September of 2021.
I mean, but think about it. I was on MySpace from like 2006 to 2010.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's gonna be interesting to see how this works, but I mean, this is just the kind of mistake. Like this same person is the person who leaks private keys on GitHub. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this. Unfortunately, we've seen this same type of thing. I don't know